Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. If Taurus is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Taurus, and we have the Two of Discs, or the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Coins, any one of those things. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say. And so, if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. So I want to look at this really quick. We have, it looks like an H and a V. So HV, maybe that is a name. It's an interesting configuration, so it seems important. It's kind of beautiful. It reminds me of like a, what are those called? Like a book plate. They are these like sticker things that you would put in your book if you have a book collection, and they would have your name and sometimes your address, kind of this book belongs to, and then your seal or your, whatever you've designed for your name logo. And that's what it kind of reminds me of. And those book plates are actually really cool. There's a lot of different really beautiful artworks. I mean, you can go online and look them up. There are archives of beautiful, there are a lot of, some of them are like illumination. They look like old illuminations and stuff. They're pretty neat. Okay, so I want to look over here. We have, it looks like somebody, their face, their body, and I imagine them kind of in the kitchen. I feel like this is somebody who enjoys cooking. I also see kind of a stove over here. And I almost kind of wonder if this is maybe within your profession. Maybe you like to cook. Maybe you went into, maybe you're a chef. Maybe you work at a restaurant. Maybe you have your own bakery. Or this is a dream for you. This is something that you've always said, if I had any extra money, if we win the lottery, if, whatever, maybe I'd open my own restaurant, my own food truck, something like this. Which makes sense. I feel like a Taurus person would be like a most excellent chef. So creative. The other day when I was doing my Taurus reading, well, I did my Taurus reading, and then I was looking at the comments, and somebody said, what was it? Somebody who was I feel like Taurus people are ever learners, and they are very creative people. A lot of artists are a lot of really talented artists, I feel like, are Taurus people, or they have a prominent Taurus placement. And somebody said, well, I've never, thought of that as being attributes of Taurus. And I was kind of like, really? that seems, but when you are somebody who goes into cooking and baking and these kinds of things, we might think of it as like a very, you have to be like, follow these very precise techniques, and there's, the recipes call for like, strict adherence, and to some degree, yeah, sure. But once you get deep into your cooking journey and you start to really understand the ingredients that you're working with, I mean, it is very artistic. So for me, I would think, yeah, a Taurus person would definitely be just an amazing chef. or, you know, whatever it is, whatever position. And then I'm looking at this fox. I keep looking at this fox here. And I almost feel like there's a trickster in the mix. And I wonder if maybe there's a parent or a family member who is kind of a joker. Like to do little pranks, or maybe they still do. I don't know that they're transitioned, but, and I feel like they share this love, and maybe this is where it comes from, right? Maybe this was like the cook of the family, the one that was always like preparing the big meals for, holidays and stuff. And you were in the kitchen helping, and there's like a lot of, you know, laughing and joking and talking, and I can feel that, like a sense of like the kitchen being the heart of the home here, and of the family, and having these kind of large celebrations with extended family. And that maybe is something that isn't so prominent anymore in your life, but I feel like you yearn for that connection again. And maybe getting to the point where you're just going to start you're going to start hosting the dang thing. You're going to start doing Sunday dinner. Now we've turned this over, and it looks like now it's a house, and it has the H still. So I feel like, you know, there's a sense of, a real blessing coming from this energy. It being something that feels like like a shelter point in your life. Something that, and I think of that Bob Dylan song, you know, come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm, right? And we find these things in our life, if we're lucky, right, that give us a taste of great passion, a taste of focus and devotion, and you are loyal to this interest, this thing that you go to bed thinking about, and you wake up in the morning thinking about it, and it becomes a shelter within our life, because it is something, you know, kind of a temple in our own experience. It is something holy that, you know, we choose to honor and spend our time with. And there is no greater gift than time, right? The time that we allot to our passions, the time that we share with others, because it is so very fleeting. It comes and goes so quickly. And so, you know, I feel like there's a lot of love here. There's a sense of confidence and pride as well. And now we also have this arrow. So I feel like there is a love connection in this place. Now we have a heart, but it is also a fish. Okay, and it looks like a bass kind of jumping. So I know that this is something that there's a beloved sense here. Maybe you have a spouse or a partner who is also involved in this world with you. Maybe you work together. And I feel like this connection, this ability to be close together, is a dream come true. Okay, maybe this isn't their only job, but they do help out. Maybe this isn't your only job. You know, maybe you have a lot of things going on, but this is a place where you can meet together. And I do feel like this is a dream that will pay off. This fish is abundance. And this is one of the big, you know, the big fish that if it's a salmon, if it's a large bass, or maybe not a trout. I mean, yeah, a trout. It could be a trout, but I'm thinking of like a big old bass, or maybe like a well, heck, it could be like a big old sturgeon. But you know, this is a place where not only will it pay off monetarily, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean, working in food industry, and especially if you're having your own restaurant or bakery or food truck, you know, you can't expect to become, you know, super wealthy off of that. But I think enough to, you know, live well and live the life that you want to live. Okay. Now I know I've been stuck on the idea of this cooking and food. I don't know why it really speaks to me here as being that, but it could be applied to really anything that you are looking into, like starting a business. I mean, maybe the first thing that came up, maybe you're like starting a power washing business. Maybe you're going to have storage units. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe you're starting a channel, you know. It could be so many different things. For whatever reason, I'm stuck on this idea of the cooking and food, and it really does feel, it feels alive in this bowl I'm looking at. So we also have the wish up here, and it does seem that you're in a place of really manifesting those dreams. I mean, the universe is working with you, and it's very apparent. You know, some people might look at your this rise in your life and say, "Oh, well, you know, they're just so lucky, and this is like, you know, kind of unfair, and there might be a little bit of jealousy there." But the reality is you are working very hard, and yes, the universe is working with you. But part of that is you knowing when to take your opportunities. You're following your intuition. You have a connection with spirit, and, you know, and ultimately you are, existing within faith because you are taking, you know, a leap of faith, putting your all into something that you are creating. And that's not an easy thing to do. You know, so I see that this is a beautiful time. I'm looking at this. I'm trying to figure out. It looks like it says, what do you say? It looks like maybe Len, and it looks like a T to me, maybe, like, and I'm thinking it's this Lent. I don't know. Did something happen during the Lent period? Maybe you observe Lent, or maybe you don't. I don't know. But that's coming through there. Okay, and I do see maybe a period of reuniting with a family member, maybe. I almost wonder if it's your child. And they might be an adult child now. But I feel like maybe they don't live close to you. But there will be this period of time here where you will be spending time together. And I feel that you're really looking forward to that. And maybe that they are even coming home. And I wonder if they're a Gemini. I'm looking down here. I wonder if this is a Gemini child. And we have birds over here. Hi, Mama. Hi, are you awake now? Come here. Oh, let's cuddle up. Oi. Okay. All right. Yeah, and I think it looks like it's really on your mind. I just feel like you would just have this real desire for everybody to be together, you know? And I feel like there is this, just, I wish that we could all come together, live together even, or just live close together. See each other often. I feel like this is part of your dream as well. It's just like having almost like a family business where you can spend time with everybody and see each other and enjoy and go through all the dramas of having a family business, which it is sometimes some drama, but yeah. Yes, and I don't know if that will be realized, but maybe, because I feel like you want it so much. Okay, so, are you cold? You feel like you're shivering. Why are you out of bed? She's usually in there with Poppy. My husband, Paul. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My husband, Paul, over there is the most amazing reader. He really is. And I'm not just biased. He is just so talented. And I know he announced that he has quit his day job and is now doing the channel full time. And so we're all very excited about, the future of the channels and being able to put a lot of time into doing these channels and maybe branching out. I've been thinking about and wanting to, no, don't yell at me. Do you want to get up? Come on, go ahead. Oh, every time we're doing the reading and you just get so upset when you have to move, huh? Okay, so, yeah. Oh, yes. I've been wanting to do a guided meditation channel and hoping that will be something maybe by the end of the year that I can get going. I just got to see what it's going to be like in our new studios. All right. So, we have a bird sitting. We have a heart. And this is a very family-centric reading. So I feel like there is a family member. Maybe they have transitioned. I feel like they probably have. I feel like this is maybe the one that we were talking about in the beginning, where you kind of learned to cook, you found your love for, or whatever they had taught you, however you connected together. And I feel like there is this sense of pride in your bravery, right? To be following your dreams, but also kind of carrying on the dreams of others who came before you, where maybe they were never in the position to kind of do the thing that they wanted to do, and you kind of picked up that torch and you are carrying it now. And I feel that you are very, very conscious of the fact that you are kind of honoring this lineage of devotion to whatever it is, this skill. And I feel like this is another reason why you will succeed, because it's something that is meaningful to you. It's not just like kind of, this is how we're going to make some money and we'll see what happens. No, I think this is, yeah, hopefully we make some money, but we're going to do it together, and we're going to do it doing something that we love doing, right? And this is for the family, in memory of, and for the family to come, right? Creating a space where the grandkids, the great-grandkids can, kind of run around and see what it is to work hard, to work for something that you've created and something that you love, which, you know, not a lot of people get to witness that anymore. You know, it's hard to own a business. It's hard to begin something. But, you know, I think that you have like a real innovative and entrepreneurial spirit. But even more than that, you love the thing that you're doing, right? So, hello, T. Once again, we meet again. She's standing on my shoulder right now. We have the Indigo Sage affirmation cards, and these are the air element. We're just going to go ahead and flip through. Stop where it feels right. Almost lost that whole deck there. Okay, so we have a beautiful palm tree. And it says, you are deeply loved. Be silently present with old trees. Earth has magical energy for your healing. Yes. Absolutely. The trees are, I fall in love with trees. I really do. And I remember all of the most beautiful and connected trees that I've ever had around me. And actually seeing this, it reminds me of, I had a family member when I was a kid that they had a palm tree out back. I'm from Northern California. So there were palm trees, not a lot. I mean, you know, it wasn't like Southern California, but I used to sit and watch it sway around, and right next to it there was a old telephone pole, and it always had one woodpecker on there just absolutely going to town. And you watch this beautiful coconut tree or palm tree swaying around in the wind, looking like it was gonna bend over. And this beautiful little woodpecker just you know, drilling away. And yeah, it was always such a beautiful sight to see. And yeah, so anyways, if you have any lovely trees that you're connected to and you'd like to share about them, I'd love to hear about it. It's actually one of my favorite topics. So, Tay. She's leaving with a little bang there, huh? All right. Well, I will tell you I love you because I do. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And oh yes, and if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean the world to me. Yeah, I don't know what else. Oh yes, if you plant gardens or you have flowers or bushes or, you know, whatever it is that you grow in your living space, I'd love to hear about them. I'm getting my plans ready for my garden, and I'll be in a new place and it'll be a fresh garden. So I'm really thinking about like, what should I grow this year? You know, so last year cucumbers were a big hit. My daughter, she helped me grow them, and she ate so many cucumbers, and I was so excited about that. So definitely cucumbers. And we'll do a lot of chamomile because we put it to use. And oh my gosh, does it smell good? And oh my gosh, does it bring in all of the pollinators? Just every sort of like sweat bee and different flies and bees and wasps and all kinds of gorgeous, gorgeous beings to behold. And then, you know, some herbs and stuff. But I'd love to hear, do you have any gardening tips? Is there anything that I need to know, or some of the other community members should know about gardening? Do you have any specific things that you love to grow that, you know, they've become your special love or interest? I'd love to have your input. And the other thing is, I live in the upper Midwest. It is very cold during the winter. We're on the plains, so it is the wind as well, and we get really deep freezes. I mean, it gets to be like -40 here. And I'm thinking about some fruit trees, and to start, you know, to plant. Now I know apples grow well up here, but I wanted something else. I know somebody said plums grow well in Canada, wherever they're at in Canada. You know, where I grew up, there were like all kinds of pomegranate trees and plums and peaches and pears and, you know, citrus trees all over the place. And, you know, here it's not so much like that because of the harsh winters. So I'm just trying to brainstorm what we could get going, because I would like to have some fruits. Definitely. I want my daughter to be able to go out there and pick them in some years, you know, and eat them. And I remember growing up, we used to go in people's front yards and take their plums and stuff. And it was fun. You know, everybody had fruit trees pretty much back then. And it was a different time where you were allowed to kind of roam a little bit, and, you know, people weren't so, you know, I don't know. It was just a different time altogether. So I'd like her to be able to go out there and pick some fruit and eat it. But yeah, so anyways, I will stop my rambling and again tell you I love you and I thank you. And I hope the eclipse went well for you. Pretty uneventful over here. Emotional. Very emotional, but so far pretty uneventful. So that's okay. That's okay. All right. Take care of yourself. You gonna tell them something? You doing a little purr? She likes to give you guys a little purr before we go to bed. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in a few days. Good night, good night, good night. Oh, that's the wrong. I have some different equipment here. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Okay, here we go. I got it.